Time for another update. So, there was one build that has remained unchanged for a long time, for years. This was the Nether Hub Tower, and I only had really this room done, this top part, this room, and the outline of the shape of the tower, and it just was like that for several years. Now the tower is built. So there's this room, which is I'm kind of planning. So like I said, this is kind of semi-open. In this part, this was the plan from the beginning, and I have a bridge going off in the direction of the Nether Fortress. I'm gonna go over there in a moment. There are just like more rooms down here. There's nothing in them. I'd rather keep them empty for now than just put something in there for the sake of putting something here. So this goes down to the bedrock. I think it, the whole tower looks pretty cool, from the outside especially. So let me just fly out of here to some better vantage point. Oh, that's not very good. Oh, there you go. That's more like it. That's not too bad. I can't see the whole tower from here though. Oh, maybe here. Yeah, that's where I wanted to go. There you go. You can kind of see the whole thing. Oh, okay. Here we go. Nope. Pickles? No, good. Alright, so that's the whole tower. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I think it came up pretty well. It looks, well, it's never going to look like exactly like in your mind what you imagined 5 years ago, I think, when I built the initial outline, but I think it looks pretty nice. I used a lot of nether blocks, a lot of basalt. Looks kind of, very sturdy, but it has this kind of taper in the middle, which is what I wanted in the design. And then you can see there's a bridge going off in that direction. I put some of these big torches there. So where the bridge goes is this was the Nether fortress that I found early on, and I decided to turn it into a different build. So I have a bridge, and this goes like to the top of the ceiling there, this tower. So I've been demolishing some of the existing structures of the fortress and putting in my own. I'm gonna turn it into kind of like well, it's gonna be, kind of a castle thing, but I also want to sort of make it like a spawning space for, for wither skeletons. I'll see how that works out. It definitely won't be the most efficient farm or anything like that, but I can always try to improve it by slabbing the space around, or demolishing the other, or just slabbing over, with nether brick slabs in these other parts of the nether fortress. But yeah, I think so. I have this beginning section done. I have like, you can kind of see it better from the side, right there, right? So I have this bridge, and I wanted to just kind of keep the spirit of the nether fortress in the build, so I'm using mostly just nether brick, and I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, so obviously this is going to be a big this is another gigantic build that I've started, and now it's kind of, partly finished, but I'm gonna, this is not something that can take on in a single swing. Yeah, so I'm pleased with the progress, and I'm I'm pleased that I finally have the tower. Actually, you know, the Nether tower is actually finished. It's, you know, it's here after a long time when it was just a skeleton. So now I need to go over to another part of the Nether. No, one more floor up. That's where the teleporters are. Oh yeah, I turned the floor into slabs because there was always like a whole crowd of zombie piglins when I was teleporting, going through the portal, and it was like kind of taking a long time to load. So I decided to change the floor to slabs, and the whole tower is in fact spawn-proof. You know, to make it a little easier for the Nether to load in when I'm going through the portal. So, which one do we need? I need the Guardian Farm. Yes, so I have disabled the portal because I have decided that I'm no longer. So basically, the Guardian Farm had this, kind of overworld Nether dual design to move the Guardians through the portal down here to the kill chamber. But I just no longer use this for XP. This thing, this needs to be a fence gate to this block so that the XP orbs can come through to you. Because if there's a, non, I mean, glass is a transparent block, but a block that will stop the XP orbs from going through. Uh, the Guardians just get pushed out of this opening, and they flood the whole area, and I have to fight them by hand instead of the Trident Killer doing its job. So I just said, this design has just like become so unreliable. Something is just fundamentally wrong with it that they decided to scrap it. And anyway, with my new revamped trading hall, I can get so much XP for fixing tools from just trading that I really don't need this as an XP farm. And it was kind of slow to use anyway because you had to go to the overworld, spawn the guardians, go back here. And it would always like take a little time to load in because there were so many guardians. So I just decided to change it. I'm gonna do something with this build, with this room, because it does look cool. I'm gonna turn it into something else, but yeah, the Guardian Farm is now entirely in the overworld. It does not provide XP, but it is, simpler. It's more reliable because everything just happens in the overworld. So I took out all of the Nether portals that were, adjacent to the spawning locations. Right, there were Nether portals leading in, so they would move the Guardians to that kill chamber in the Nether. Hold on, I need more night vision. So I have just built these big, chambers of glass where the Guardians fall on top of the magma blocks, and they get killed this way. And I have collection set up, a very simple system. Like a lot of blocks to build this, lots of blocks, but really simple redstone. Just, a bunch of minecarts running on tracks and collecting stuff. This is I built this side first, and this has already been collecting a good amount of items. You can see there, it's already starting to back up into these chests. So yeah, why is this like so like colorful? Because I decided to build it out of glass, and I figured out I'm just gonna use all of the different colors of glass that I already had in storage. So I used all of the glass that I had. And once I ran out, I started just making green glass because I have so much green dye, and green fits the build because, it's uh, yeah. So I figured, well, why not? And I am building a ceiling up over there because what I want to do to kind of, decorate the whole farm build, I am going to. It's not going to be like anything like an exact replica, more of kind of a similar looking inspired building. I'm gonna build a sort of a ocean monument looking thing temple on the platform here that I'm building, and I'm going to try to incorporate the old AFK area over there into like the top room, right? That is normally at the very top of the ocean temple. So I'm first I need to put the platform in. It's mostly done. You can see there's big holes missing there, but for the most part it's you know, it's almost ready, the platform to start building. And then I'm gonna need to make a lot more green glass and cyan glass uh, uh, to build the actual temple. Yes, and I'm going to make it out of glass. I've never made a build like entirely out of glass before. Well, I suppose unless you count the big cube that the whole Guardian farm is in, right? Isn't closed in. But I've never made a like sort of some actual building out of glass before. I thought this was a fun idea, so that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So and like I said, you saw the spawn. You saw the, you know, the chest full of goodies, full of drops. Of course, it, you know, I could improve the spawn rates trying to basically light up all the caves underneath, and I did actually do that back in the day. I just had tons and tons and tons of glowstone. So if I go into spectator, you can see I just went nuts. This was not very efficient. This is just not really well done. So I think what I might do, just under the footprint of the ocean monuments, so just, you know, under the where the prismarine floor is, just dig it all out. Just dig it all out. Like create another big dig, like I've been doing under the desert. Um, I don't know. It's a kind of a crazy idea. I begin these gigantic projects, and you know, but I, you know, I think I'm kind of convincing myself to do it actually. So yeah, that's the progress. These were two big items on the you know, project board. The convert the Guardian farm entirely into the overworld. So that's ready. That the, you know, the functional redstone part is already. I just, you know, the farm is working. It's collecting stuff, and it's gonna keep collecting prismarine and other Guardian drops while I build the ocean temple out of glass up there. And the Nether tower, which was just you know, an outline of a tower for, I don't even know. It was one of the first video updates that I posted uh, as a video instead of just pictures, instead of just screenshots. It was one of the early ones. So it must have been several years ago at this point. I don't remember, but I know that I built the outline of the Nether Tower very early on in this world. And like the first or second year, 4 or 5 years ago of this world. Uh, Um, so yeah, that's been there like that for a long time, and now it's actually a tower. So I'm pretty pleased with the result there, and I'm gonna keep working on this. I'm gonna have to come up with some sort of at least outline, so I'm not building this completely blind. I'm gonna look at some reference images for ocean temples, so I kind of know what I want to do. I'm gonna take a lot more glass. I'm actually using so much glass for this project. I thought I had like I honestly thought I had like tons and tons and tons of glass. I was set forever, but actually no. I might actually to come to the point where I run out of my existing stash of like clear glass, and I might have to just, you know, destroy another desert for that. Yeah, so that's what's been going on.